Seed, serving Barton and Rice counties for over 50 years. Leaders in the field.
Sports Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Guys are obviously telling me, this is just another game. I came in for games like this, so I just go out there and understand that it's basketball at the end of the day. I work on my game enough to, have confidence in myself.
I hope we make shots. That's all he'd say. I hope we make shots. And he would walk out the meeting, and that's, what it boils down to is, man, you got to make shots.
We know we're going to face a tough team that we didn't face before, but we're confident in ourselves and what we can bring, and we're going to come and bring our best. We're a good team.
Being a freshman, throwing her in the fire like that, coming from a small school, really stepping up as far as the level of competition that she's played against. I'm really pleased with Elaine. And
anybody can beat anybody in this league. We all know that. We're playing a really good Arizona State team that's a hot team that's playing well and finding ways to win. So we got to play our best football, but we've got to practice and prepare our best.
Each week as the game goes on, it's more like a feel thing. Are they kind of blocking high? Are they giving help to, our best get off guy, Jay Reed? A lot of times they'll go out there and leave openings down the middle, so it's kind of like a feel thing.
That is not an offense that should scare anybody. There's nothing threatening about that offense. The explosiveness is gone from that offense. It doesn't scare anybody, and somehow they keep finding ways to win. But it's really annoying at this point in time that teams keep sort of handing this back to the Chiefs on a routine basis.
3rd down and 3. Rams defense is made. 4 straight 3rd down stops. Not here. Jonnu Smith still rolling, and down inside the 1.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome into the Tuesday Sports Day show. Steve Webster with you, Mike Corson, Mike Hesher, and running the controls on the video stream is Landon Winkler. On the show today, a lot of things to talk about, including Hoisington football. They play at Southeast of Saline on Friday night in the 2A sectional playoffs. And against Southeast of Saline, we'll talk to Cole Reif about that. Central Plains takes on Little River Friday in Little River. Sectional round of 8-man D1 playoffs. Central Plains has beaten Little River once this year at Little River. Replay time. We'll talk about it with the head coach, J.D. Johnson. And Barton Volleyball region champions after beating Colby Sunday in straight sets at the Kirkman Center. We'll talk about it with Coach Megan Bessaker about winning the title. And the NJCAA National Tournament that lies ahead starts next Wednesday in Clarksville, Tennessee. She'll be joined by sophomore Phoebe Reyes. So we will get to those interviews coming up after our sounds the past 24 hours. But the big news today, we like to celebrate great athletic accomplishments on this program. And I don't think that anyone has had a greater success at the claw machine at Walmart in Great Bend than Mike Corson. Man, you went in there, with 50 cents, and you came out of there, did you get the frog?
I took $1.50, saw the frog, but he was unattainable, but I was like, I'm going to knock him down with my last 50 cents, and then he was attainable. So I had to go scrounge around for 2 more quarters, walked out of there with a frog and a koala, and less $2.
So you left the machine, went out to your car, found 2 more quarters after you had knocked the koala out of the way?
Yeah, the girlfriend was hanging out saying it's out of order because we knew that frog was next.
I don't think anyone else can get anything. I've got one thing of a claw machine. It cost me like $16. Again, the secret to doing that is the mirror, correct? It's an optical illusion. Come on, give me the secret again.
It used to be, you got to watch the front back. It's always, it's an optical illusion. But at this point in my career, I've done it. It's muscle memory. I don't even see the mirror.
So you want to put the claw down a little bit closer?
It's always further back, I think, than what you think. And if you can see it, some of them you can't get up on the side, but if you can get a side view and go look, get it where you think it is, and then have somebody look at the side, and they'll probably tell you, inch it back, half an inch.
Wow. What do you do with these animals?
I don't know.
I was wondering why it wasn't in here.
No, you don't want these.
Okay. I'm a little concerned with muscle memory. You've done this enough that it's muscle memory.
I can't walk by it at this point
Okay.
without spending money.
Do you feel safe leaving the building knowing that you have given out the secret to the claw machine? Because there's the vendor guy is, they're connected. I mean, I kind of could.
No, and the kicker is they had some Halloween stuff in there a couple weeks ago. They've got some cool glittery little reindeers in there, but they're still heads up, and you can't get them when they're heads up. And then there's a little horsey with a saddle on the side. He's mine if he ever gets off the side. But right now, I can't fit that claw back there.
There you go. Our athletic feat of the day, again, by Mike Corson, the claw machine at Walmart.
It is like the Kevin Costner movie, The Perfect Game, where he zones out and then he can't hear it. That's me at the claw.
And they were complaining about you talking about esports, Lyndon. Good heavens.
Listen, we're talking. What are you talking about? The claw machine. He solved something that we all wanted to solve.
I don't think I'm
people
spending
money. You say you churn the wheels of commerce in the Golden Belt. No, nothing like that. Nothing
Not like that, no,
nothing
sir.
like Trotta.
No.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Sounds the past 24 hours or so. Senior Zeke Mayo of the Kansas Jayhawks had 21 points in KU's 92-89 win over North Carolina Friday night with 21 points. The 6-foot guard added 5 rebounds to go along with 4 assists. Says it's Allen Fieldhouse, and you just got to have fun. Well, he won't be in Allen Fieldhouse tonight. I don't even know where the Champions Classic is.
Atlanta. They are playing in Atlanta.
Thank you, Hesh. Okay,
You're welcome.
very good. You bring information to the program.
Once a
they
year.
are in Atlanta. They will take on Michigan State tonight in the Champions Classic. It's a doubleheader we'll have on KVGB. Coverage begins from ESPN at 5. That will be followed. Kansas ranked number 1. Michigan State not in the top 25, but they are receiving votes. So that's 5:30 tip, 5 o'clock for the start. Then after that, Duke plays Kentucky. Duke is currently ranked 6th in the country. Kentucky is number 19. You can hear the KU Jayhawk broadcast on the Jayhawk Network on Hits 106.9 starting at 5 o'clock as well.
So is Michigan State a blue blood? Or there's 3 blue bloods, KU, Kentucky, and Duke are playing. Do you
Michigan State's a green blood.
Okay, well, I realize they're green, but are they one of the top? Would you consider them a blue blood?
I don't know. I don't even want, because I want to talk Southeast, because we'll get
Okay,
into,
my
we'll get
bad.
into
I'm
this Cole
sorry.
Reif, and because he's got the blue blood.
He's got Duke on today?
Well, no, I don't know if we'll talk about that, but
Okay.
he's got some very good points about what is a blue blood, what isn't. So,
Of course, you would have thoughts on that. Oh, I say Michigan. Yeah, they underperformed, but they're a tourney team.
yeah, you always take Michigan State in the field.
No, I
right?
agree with that.
Well, Tom Izzo's been there a long time.
I go back to Judd Heathcote.
Yeah.
I was just going to throw out prop bet. Who has a redder face tonight? Bill Self or Tom Izzo?
Bill doesn't get his red
Bill's
face
chilled.
now.
He's chilled out since his incident a couple years ago.
Good for him.
Lost some weight. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, okay. So there's your doubleheader. Jerome Tang coming up with the jewel of all. When you make shots,
you look good.
You look good. When you don't make shots,
you look like crap.
Yes. They take on LSU Thursday night. K-State on Thursday. Okay, Nia Dannenberg hails from Israel. Mike Corson talking to Nia after they won the region championship, or the district tournament, the Region 6 Plains District Tournament on Sunday at Barton Community College. They dispensed of Colby in straight sets. Has confidence in her teammates. They should. They're 31-2. Next Wednesday, Clarksville, Tennessee. We'll talk to Phoebe Reyes of the Lady Cougars and Megan Besker coming up here on the show today.
I just think it's so cool. Those sophomores, they get to come over here from overseas, and they're getting paid trips around the country. It took me forever to get, 2 years ago, I finally got to go to Tennessee. They get paid trip. They got to go work a little bit. And then the other thing I noticed at the game, you got all these foreign kids, and then you have the greatest American band, Guns N' Roses, blaring on the Barton and it's like, this is the greatest American experience these girls might have.
They're going to play at Austin P.
I was going to ask you how to say it. It's P-E-A.
It's Austin P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a nice little arena there. It's gonna have a big time feel to it. And of course, Megan doesn't know that I'm an official Chamber of Commerce representative from Clarksville, Tennessee. I would tell her some of the hot spots to go to, but one of them is, I can't remember the name of it, but I call it Porky's. Basically, yeah, it's this gigantic bar that has outdoor basketball, has knife fights. You can do anything you want in there.
Sponsor.
I don't think that's where she want to take him, but yeah, Clarksville, Tennessee is a pretty cool place, right on the Kentucky border, and the home of the Big Red one, not the Big Red one, the
That's Junction City, right?
Screaming Eagles, 101st Airborne, Fort Campbell. There you go. So you get your geographical information here. It's right on Highway 24, by the way. Another hour, you get to Nashville. Maybe they'll get a bit squeak away and go down there. All right. Head coach Alan Clark, he was on the show yesterday talking about Little River freshman Elena Eck. Yeah, doing quite well. Started all 4 games. Says she's adapting to the competition. Lady Cougars back in action on Friday as they will be taking on Redlands College. This has been changed around a little bit. They're supposed to play Redlands on Saturday, but Geocaboke College out of Michigan.
That was pretty good.
That's not correct. But anyway, they decided they couldn't make the trip down here, so it'll be the Kansas Wesleyan JV on the schedule.
Because they couldn't find bus drivers.
What a joke about
That's kind of what happened. That was unusual.
I nominated you to go up there.
Well, I would have gone.
I would fly up there to drive the.
Who's doing trading post in my absence? Oh, you're flying me up there? Oh, okay. That's another story.
Now, I don't know how you're going to get back, but I'm just saying.
I'm going to drive the bus. Oh. Well, they got to get their own way home. I'll leave them here.
Drive them up. Okay. Chris Kleiman preparing day to day. K-State plays Arizona State Saturday at 6, Bill Snyder Family Stadium. Cats number 20, but they need some help right now. Maybe they'll get it Saturday. Colorado hosting Utah, a game you can hear on KVGB starting at 10:30 on Saturday morning.
Boy, most of the students at CU will be just getting in for the night at that time. Whoa.
It will be a sleepy crowd in
Yes,
Boulder.
it will
won't
be.
it?
I'm telling you. Whew. They got a bunch of snow, though, so.
Yeah,
But they could have, but then it's going to be melted off.
Well, it probably will be, but they got some snow.
It'd be tough for me to go against the fighting Travis Hunters, but given K-State's spot, it's kind of like a situation with Great Bend. You got all those quick twitch athletes. Yeah, how will they act in the cold and snow out in Boulder? I think it'd be a difference maker.
It's going to be like 70 out there. It's
They
going to be
have-
60, 68 here, so I think the weather's going to be pretty good. Okay, Leo Chanel talking about blocking the kick Sunday against the Denver Broncos. Says you have to pay attention during the game to see when you have your opportunity. Chiefs decided to send 3 guys at the left tackle of the Denver Broncos, and he got pancaked. The center and guard didn't get touched, but 3 Chiefs got through. I guess it was Chanel that got the blocked extra.
Does he have a job this morning, though? That is the question in Denver.
He can't block 3 guys. It's not his fault.
They're putting all the blame on him out there, yes.
And Mark Zinno from ESPN Radio asking the question that everyone's asking. No one's afraid of the Chiefs' offense, but it's just annoying that they just keep winning and teams keep giving the games away. Chiefs play at Buffalo on Sunday.
Here's a fun fact about this year's election. Bo Nix, 3 votes in Barton County. I was over at the canvas this morning, and I don't know if they were all in the same one, so I think they were going to try to reach
I
out.
bet they came from South Hoisington.
Tell him his budget is about due. Get over here, Bo Nix.
So what race was that for the presidential? Or
I don't know because they did all the elections, so I don't know if it was cumulative over the whole Barton County or if it was in one race, but definitely he was on the...
He got more than Patrick Mahomes?
I think so.
Wow.
Okay. Hesh got 5 write-in candidate votes for
the mayor.
Mayor of Southtown.
Judge.
Judge, yeah.
And finally, the call on ESPN Radio, Jonnu Smith takes the ball inside the 1-yard line.
And he keeps rolling.
And then he rolled again.
And he kept rolling.
And then he kept rolling out at the 1. Tyreek Hill scores on the next play. The Dolphins win yesterday against the Rams. Poor ESPN. They get the cruddy Monday night games.
Yeah, but coming into the season, the Dolphins had been interesting for a little while. The Chargers just kind of terrible all of a sudden.
Well, the Rams.
It was the Rams, yeah.
Yeah, the Miami's 3-6 now, but they have Tyreek Hill. They got a weapon for Tua Tagovailoa, who has missed quite a bit of time.
So the Rams are now 4-5, I believe. Let's keep them out of the playoffs, so I don't have to look at those uniforms or that stadium.
Okay.
And speaking of Judge, we just mentioned Bobby Witt, Judge, and one more guy in the hunt for the AL MVP.
Do you know that if he would get that, the Royals would get a 31st round pick in the MLB draft?
Because he won it. Isn't there one where they get the top 3?
It's the graduate.
Okay, it's a graduate.
Because
Okay.
it's to reward teams for not keeping guys in the minors to
get them up there.
Yeah, so they don't keep their control over them for an extra year. It's
interesting.
Are you still showing photos?
Yes.
Don't show that because another picture may pop up that we could get in a lot of trouble.
Well, it's too late. We've already shown it. You have to watch the stream to see it.
All right, Cole Rife coming up next here on Sports Day. Cardinals taking on Southeast of Saline on Friday night. We'll talk all about it with Cole after this.
Discover affordable education with Barton Online. Whether you're looking to pick up a class or earn your associate degree, we've got you covered for less than half the cost of a university. We are always enrolling with 5 sessions available this fall, including 16, 8, and 4-week sessions. Get started when it fits your schedule. Tackle your gen eds or the first 2 years of college with a low-cost pathway and save time and money with Barton Online. Visit online.bartonccc.edu and enroll today.
Hurry! Hadley, close the door!
Okay, Papa, I've got it.
Oh, no! The safety eyes worked.
Papa, isn't that a good thing?
Yes, Hadley. It's a good thing normally, but...
Hey, you two. Where's my turkey?
Papa did it.
Well, at least I still have you 2 turkeys.
Happy Thanksgiving from C&E Doors. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison, Great Bend.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Stop on in today for the $20K Christmas Cash Giveaway. Today is your day to come by Memorial Art Company to get yourself qualified before 4 p.m. You can get signed up for that $20K Christmas Cash Giveaway brought to you by Bauer Computer, Mayo Money Management, and Mater Plumbing, Heating and Air, your Bryant dealer. Whatever it takes. Memorial Art Company has beautiful laser work and has endless options for shapes, colors, size, and designs. Now, the custom shapes, hand photography, etching, and even ceramic portraits may be included in your memorial. Every monument purchased is designed, sandblasted, and hand-etched by their team of monument experts. Memorial Art Company has nearly a decade of experience. Their family-owned and operated small business is eager to help you in the process of creating a lasting tribute that will honor the memory of your own family for generations to come. Stop by, visit with Bertie, and look at your options and plan ahead. They are located at 2115 10th Street in Great Bend, open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Stop on in today before 4 o'clock and get yourself signed up.
He's the voice of Hoisington High School football, the Barton County Cougars, and the king of the tweeter machine. It's Cole Rife on Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Cole Rife joins us here on Sports Day, show brought to you in part by the Great Bend Rec Commission, dedicated to improving our community and the lives of its individuals, by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend, and by the Animal Medical Center in Great Bend. Large or small, they take care of them all. All right, Cole Rife, just real quick, a recap, because we've had this. What is a blue blood?
What brought this up again? I thought we clearly defined the.
Well, we got to bring it back up because they were talking about his blue bloods, because Hesh said is Michigan State a blue blood. I said they're a green blood, but then
Michigan State. I mean, they're not one of the originals. I mean, if you were to, I think we've had a discussion too. Like if you were to regroup and reassign the blue bloods,
right.
Michigan State's probably in the conversation. Villanova is probably in the
Villanova's
conversation.
absolutely in there.
But I don't think Villanova's not one of the originals. They're not one of the OGs.
Right.
So I mean, like Duke, KU, North Carolina, Kentucky, and then, the non-blue, but Indiana was one. Oh, and UCLA.
Indiana and UCLA are still thrown in there, right?
Yeah.
But
for sure.
Okay, all right.
I mean, if you're going to go back to the originals, like I said, I mean, if you're going to regroup it, heck, I mean, Duke is probably still in there, but I don't know if Kentucky's in there. Now, new head coach, we'll see if they bring some new life. But, I mean, I would probably, start with UConn, Villanova, KU's still good. I mean, Duke's probably borderline.
Don't they have like a 7'8" guy? What's his name?
Yeah, he's coming. They got one from overseas that came in, and he played on their national team. Yeah, I mean, then they got Cooper Flagg.
Yeah.
Come in. Yeah, he's a stud.
I think they're good. Okay, before we get into Southeast of Saline, I know what you were doing last weekend, and it wasn't looking at charts of Southeast of Saline or doing anything. All you were doing the whole weekend was looking at the extended forecast on what the weather was going to be like, because Southeast of Saline is not radio announcer friendly.
It's not at least. I mean, it is for the home teams. So our coworker in Salina, Devin Haney, he's got his spot anchored out there for Southeast. But for myself, we're up top. So immediately after the game Friday, and I started looking at my phone for gypsum. And found that. I was like, okay, favorable weather conditions. And then I checked it up. Now the last couple of days, it's still been pretty good. So highs in the low 60s, lows kind of be probably around 55 by the time we get kickoff for Friday.
Ago was miserable.
Oh, yeah, I'll take this all day. Like, I've never had a problem being outside for football broadcasts, as long as the weather conditions are fine. I like it because usually you have more space, and more open room. You don't have to worry about windows that don't open or close, or don't open by any means. You don't have to have any of those worries.
Wind is a problem sometimes.
So if there's wind or rain, or obviously snow, but especially wind and rain, I'm not a fan. But otherwise, if it's good conditions like we got Friday, let's go.
Hoisington 28, Haven 14. Had them all at way. I've seen Hoisington get behind 14-0 before, but this was a different kind of night.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't get out of that. I mean, even Kyler Russell came on the postgame show and said, we couldn't get out of that first quarter quick enough because, give credit to Haven. They were shutting down, Hoisington's offense in the first couple of drives, but, Morales punted and it went, I want to say like 10 yards in the first one, got caught in the wind, and you saw the sheets of rain just drive the football back. And then the same story the second punt. I think it went like 4 or 5 yards. So Haven, they stood their first 3 drives in no order. Started out at a 31-yard line of Hoisington, the 35 of Hoisington, and I want to say like the 42 of Hoisington. So, they had 3 drives that they were really on the plus side of the 50s. So eventually you're going to give something up as good as they were, and, they punched it in, that big 21-yard run on the first score and got another one set up by a 60-yard run. But, I think Zach, like he typically does in the postgame show, he nailed it. And just, it wasn't necessarily adjustments that they made in the second half. I thought it was just effort. And you never want to say, like, oh, okay, these guys aren't trying by any means. But I think there were a select few that, were just kind of going through the motions a little bit. And, when you get to this point in the playoffs and you're not necessarily a dominant team, you can't have games where you're not 100%. Like, you have to be not only dialed in, but, you have to physically be putting it out on the line in these types of games at playoffs. Because the teams at this point now, second round, especially, Southeast coming up, like, they're either, 1, really, really talented, 2, they're really, really well coached, or a combination, they're really well coached and they're really, really good. So, you can't have games where you don't have 100% effort. And so I thought the second half that came out, man, the effort was there. You could tell the intensity was there for the second half, and that was the difference. Haven didn't score. You go on to win by 10, 24-14, and move on to the next round. But, you can't have that get-go. If you bury yourself in a hole against Southeast, it's just a much taller task Friday.
I've seen 2 games where Hoisington's been behind 14-0, and the teams were rolling right through them.
Mm-hmm.
But then all of a sudden they didn't roll anymore. I don't think it was all because they weren't playing hard. I think there's some adjustments they see, and somebody comes out in a package for Hoisington, and then once Hoisington solves that, then there's not another package for Hoisington.
Well, and I think, if you finally hit a game where those weather conditions were favorable for Hoisington, And I love that, Zach was saying that, after that state championship game last November and they went through those snowy elements, they coach staff, I don't know if it's immediately after the game or just sometime during the offseason when they're spitballing, like, hey, we didn't really have a package in place
I heard
that
you
could
talk about that on the air.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
that could adapt to those types of elements. So whether it be snow or rain, so they worked on that. And then, bam, they finally get one of those opportunities. It's not to say that they didn't run any of those plays like the power with Jason Robinson or anything like that throughout the season, but to do it so extensively, they had that package in place. Okay, hey, weather conditions are here, insert, these amount of packages that we're going to run offensively, and it worked. Now, eventually, early on, it was slow going, but eventually that starts to wear on you, and they worked out well. So I thought that went to perfection as far as that was concerned.
Southeast of Saline, Friday night. Beautiful field because it didn't get torn up on Friday. They moved the game
It might be soggy.
to Kansas Wesleyan. So here we go. They took care of Norton fairly convincingly or fairly easily. They were in control of that game. So Houston beat them last year. Tell me about the team that Houston beat last year compared to the team they'll face this year.
They really didn't drop off a ton as much as I thought because they had a big senior class from last year. Hoisington had a smaller senior class, but maybe, some bigger role players like Tony Moore and Caden Hoffman. Southeast lost their quarterback and Daniel Kerr, who I thought was really, really good. They lost a couple of linemen, lost a couple of wide receivers. But, for their style of offense, as much as they do like to pass the ball, it's so important to have, I always consider, a three-headed monster at the main positions. Is your quarterback good? Do you have a good running back? Do you have a stud of wide receiver? And they check those boxes. I mean, Tucker Thaxton is, I think, one of the best in the state for 2A, for sure, as at a wide receiver. He's got over 700 yards receiving, over 50 catches so far in the year. And, I was just talking to Mitch Gebhardt, their head coach, earlier today. He said, of all the receivers that he's had, including his, his older son that graduated a couple of years ago, that was really good at wide receiver, Tucker's probably the best, at least route runner that they've had in his time. So he's really good. And then you check the box to his other son, Grady Gebhardt, is now a running back. He's a junior. He's doing his thing. His vision is really, really good on the field. And he's got speed. And the best way, when you watch him play, the best way to describe him is he's always on a mission. It's almost similar to Isaiah Pacheco. Not necessarily that he runs just power like Isaiah, but Isaiah runs he's getting from point A to point B. He's on a mission. That's what, when you watch Grady Gebhardt, it seems like, man, when he runs and he's got the speed and the vision, he's just on a mission to get to that end zone. And then Gannon Jacobson has done really well at quarterback. He's completing, just under 60% of his passes. Hasn't had to pass a whole lot in the playoffs, especially last Friday, but they got that three-headed monster to start things out in the skill positions. And their O-line is good. They're athletic. Brody Chambers has been doing it since his freshman year. He's now a junior. He's really good. But then you go on the other side of the ball. As good as Southeast is, averaging 45 a game, they're giving up less than 10 a game.
Gebhardt's.
Yeah,
he's a guy you got to account for him on defense.
Yeah. He's a stud. And then the Chambers kid is a really good lineman. Their front three are really, really good. Again, I remember last year they had over 100 tackles for loss coming into that game against Hoisington. This year it's down a little bit. They only have a little under 90 tackles for loss on the season. So, their defense is really, really good. But Hoisington had a lot of success last year rushing the ball. They had over 300 yards rushing the ball against them. Taryn Kraft had a huge game against Southeast, running up the middle. Tony had a really big game rushing the ball too. So, you're obviously going to plan for that a little bit more. But, this is a big-time matchup. I think I was looking under the last 11 years under Zach Baird, Hoisington has faced, this will be the 11th team that they face that are undefeated in the playoffs. So not regular season, but in the playoffs, Hoisington has faced previously 10 undefeated teams. They're 4-6 against undefeated teams in the playoffs. So this will be the 11th game, and this is a good one. It's fun. This is what you want, number one team in the state on the road, and you're coming in, and you're obviously very familiar with each other, played 3 straight years.
I don't think that Hoiston certainly is going to be intimidated by any means by this ball club. It's Hoisington.
And that's what that strength of schedule is for early. That's why you play Pratt. That's why you play Cheney. That's why you play Scott City. So, I don't think you're going to show up to Southeast and think, man,
we can't win.
Yeah, this team is better than anybody we've ever seen. There might be a case you're like, man, Cheney might have been better. Scott City might have been better. But that doesn't mean anything as far as matchups. What Southeast does and how they're coached and, bodes different types of problems. But at the same time, on paper, yeah, I don't think they're going to be intimidated by any means.
All right. What's it going to take for Houston to win this thing?
I think it's kind of a similar format to what the game plan was 2 years ago when they went out to Southeast. It was like last year I thought they could outgun them, and they did in that shootout. 2 years ago, it's kind of like, okay, we need to muck it up a little bit. And I think that's kind of a similar case. I mean, if you get into a gunfight with them, like, I mean, good luck. Well, a lot of teams, have tried and have failed to that extent. So somehow you got to keep them under 30. You got to keep that game in the 30s, and they're averaging about 45 a game. If you do that, I think you give yourselves a chance. I mean, Gannon Jacobson, he's a guy that he's thrown 9 interceptions on the year. I'm not saying that's a lot for the amount that he has thrown, but he will take some chances. So if you can force some turnovers, make them work offensively, don't give up the big plays. Like Gebhardt's going to break one. Thaxton's going to get behind you eventually. He's going to break one, but make him work for the most part offensively. And then on the other end, you got to grind things out and try to sustain some drives. And like I said, just keep that thing under 30.
Do we see the return of the electric football man offense on Friday night?
Potentially. I can see that. I can see that.
Why not? You got a pretty good guy running back there in the electric football man offense to operate the thing. So
he was pretty good.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Zach Baird, and 3 players are coming over on Thursday. So, Cole, appreciate it.
You bet.
Glad you're going to be comfortable.
I think we got great conditions, so I'll continue to look at the forecast.
All right, sounds good. Okay, Cole Reif with us. We're going to talk Central Plains Oilers football with their head coach coming up right after this.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB Great Bend and 95.5 FM K238CK Hoisington.
When you run a fleet business, delay is a dirty word. What fuels me to stay on schedule? My clients, their clients, and everyone's bottom line. What fuels my fleet? Cenex Roadmaster XL, a premium diesel fuel formulated with its best additive package yet to clean the entire fuel system for more power, less maintenance, and better fuel economy. Cenex Roadmaster XL, fueled by innovation, powered to perform.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local equity bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Reif, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
Sports, leisure, fitness and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend. Or check out the website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Hurry! Hadley, close the door!
Okay, Papa, I've got it.
Oh, no! The safety eyes worked.
Papa, isn't that a good thing?
Yes, Hadley. It's a good thing normally, but...
Hey, you two. Where's my turkey?
Papa did it.
Well, at least I still have you 2 turkeys.
Happy Thanksgiving from C&E Doors. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison, Great Bend.
Now, in its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Back on Sports Day, show today brought to you in part by the American Plains Co-op Bulk Fuel Department, featuring number 2 Clear Diesel, Bulk Fuel, E10 Fuel Delivery, all your lubricants and fuel supplies. Eller Automotive Repair, where they specialize in wheel alignments, oil changes, general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. And the Barton Cougar Booster Club, continuing their efforts to make the Barton Athletic Department the best in the country. Central Plains at Little River. Round 2. Friday night. Head coach J.D. Johnson joins us in studio today. Coach, how are you doing?
I'm good, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Glad you made it over here to talk about this matchup. First of all, you had to go on the road. Just a defensive slugfest on Friday night as you put up 58 points, but you're able to win by 6 in Cottonwood Falls. Congratulations on that win, Coach.
Oh, thank you very much.
In the bag all the way? Kind of tell me about that fourth quarter, how it went.
Oh, well, we were down by 10 going into halftime, and we were just having some real struggles hanging with some of their athletes. Their quarterback was a good, strong runner, and they had a tailback who was very fast and very shifty. The coach's boy, good athletes, and we were just having some struggles, kind of keeping them contained a little bit. And then halftime, the rains came, and that definitely helped us a lot because we were just kind of struggling with their pass game, and so we were able to keep it on the ground and kind of just ground and pound our way. And our boys showed a lot of grit and a lot of heart and was able to pull it out in the fourth quarter.
We know what the weather was like on Friday. How was it, Cottonwood Falls?
First half was just a little drizzle, a little chilly, wasn't bad. Then at halftime it was a monsoon. It rained hard the whole second half.
Chase County, pretty good opponent. And
yes.
You're able to go in there and win on the road. So talk about the locker room after that game.
It was one of those things. I think the boys were just mentally and physically very tired after that game with those type of weather conditions and everything. And at the same time, I just tried to let them know as much as I could as how proud of them I was just to come in, like you said, go into someone else's house with those type of conditions. And I told them before the game that with the weather conditions that it's going to be tonight, this is going to be one of those games that you never forget throughout your life. It's just whenever you have weather conditions like that, you always remember it. And so let's try to make it a good memory rather than a bad memory.
And we'll talk about the second half you had against Little River the first time you played. But again, second half, your kids come out and whether it's adjustments or just being in better shape, I don't know, but you take care of business. I just got to give you some confidence. I would think that you can come out in the second half and put it on somebody.
Well, you'd like to think so. I mean, they've done a really good job.
That makes a coach a little nervous.
Oh, yeah. No, they do a good job. They do a great job just getting focused, knowing what they need to change, knowing what they need to do differently. And I mean, just my coaching staff and we try to give them as many pointers as we can, but a lot of it's just on them. This group just has a lot of heart, a lot of grit, and they just never give up. And so
we saw last week a rematch game played at the same location right here in Great Bend between two evenly matched teams. You get the same thing this time around. Another Friday night, going to Little River to take on the Redskins on their home field. So, what do you do as a coaching staff next time? The second time.
I mean, well, as you know, Little River has a great coach, great coaching staff with Ayers and all his historic coaches over there on the sideline. We know that we tried yesterday in our team meeting. The first thing I said to the boys is, this is not, you can't go into this game thinking it's going to be the same thing. This is going to be the hardest game of the year by far. It's hard to beat a good team once. It's 10 times harder to beat a good team twice in the same year. So we're going in there just knowing that they're going to throw the kitchen sink at us. We're not 100% sure on how they're going to line up to try and stop us, but we know it's not going to be the same as it was last time. We've watched film on them the last couple of weeks, and they've changed things up since we played them last, and so just trying to be ready for anything.
And I'm not going to see you throw out your playbook or right now, because you go in and can you outsmart yourself in a situation like this? Say, well, okay, they're going to try to come up with something to stop what we did last time, and maybe you go away from that and they still can't stop it. I don't know. It's hard.
It's very hard, and that's one thing. I've had coaches tell me in the past is don't outcoach yourself. Stick with your strengths and stick with what you're good at, and that's, yeah. And so
go out
stick with what's been working. Stick with what's been working.
Okay, yeah. Don't throw out. What we've done is we put in this new package that we're going to.
Right.
Division I 8-man football especially on the East, has been very hard to figure out this year. I mean, if you're just, and that's what we do, we compare scores, right? I mean, okay, El Saline, Little River, El Saline, Central Plains. That shows there's some good football teams and there's balance there, and it's matchups.
You'd like to think so, looking at some of these scores, but I'm scratching my head just like you are. I mean, last week we're looking at El Saline and Madison, and I mean, a lot of these scores this last week, even here in Great Bend, I mean, I blame a lot of it on the weather. Yeah. Just it changes people's games a lot. But like you said, El Saline gets upset by Madison, who Madison got thumped by Chase County.
Yes.
It's just
it's like chasing a dog chasing its tail.
Exactly,
I don't know.
Exactly.
It's very interesting to see. Okay, Little River offensively. Now I've seen them play once. They don't seem dynamic to me, but they do. They don't know if they do one thing great, but they do everything pretty well.
Yes. I mean, like we said, they're great. They're well coached, so they do a lot of things very well. Their quarterback's a great runner, good passer with the Rankin kid. Garrison, number 9, is a good, strong runner. Man, he's going to be a tank over the years. Just a sophomore.
Yeah.
Good kid. And then the defensive wise, they got 30's probably their best defender at linebacker. I mean, they just got a lot of kids who just love to come hit and just play hard. I mean, they do a lot of good things. So
this is a fun matchup between two schools at Central Plains, but you go back and you've got the Claflin, Quivira. I mean, there's programs that are used to winning, and now you get this in a sectional round. This is pretty good.
It's fun. I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's two good teams. So you're going into Friday just, you want to give the fans that travel as good a game as you can. I mean, I think we'll have a good crowd following us on Friday. I mean, the community and everyone's very excited, a lot of energy, and so we just try to give them the best game we can.
You still have the trip planner that you had for the last time you went to Little River? It's like, you got to have the same bus driver. We got to.
Oh yeah. We're trying to iron everything out. Just we want everything the same.
All right, here we are. It's Tuesday. I mean, you've got 2 big practice days coming up to get ready for Little River. So, what are you thinking right now?
We just got to do everything perfect. Last go around, we didn't turn the ball over once. We didn't punt once, and we played a good game last time playing. We just got to replicate that, and so we need a couple really good focused practices and just trying to iron out all the details because. In all honesty, ever since that Little River game, our next 3 games, we haven't played up to our potential at all. I mean, we've had turnovers, we've had a lot of miscues, and so we just got things we just need to iron out. And so,
the SEC, they call it between the hedges. I don't know what you call it, Little River. I guess you call it between the pines.
There you go.
Between the pines. That's going to be a fun setting down there.
Oh yeah, it's a great setting. Yeah, they do a good job over there. Their facilities and everything. It's just a really, really cool place.
JD, thanks for coming over. Congratulations on getting to sectional round, and good luck, man. It'd be fun to talk to you again next week, getting ready for a sub-state game,
that sounds like a plan. Let's put it on the calendar.
All right, JD Johnson with us, head coach of the Central Plains Oilers. Barton Lady Cougar volleyball team headed to nationals. Megan Bessaker, Phoebe Reyes in next on Sports Day.
Dr. Nels here, Animal Medical Center. And as we think about sports and athletics, the big teams, the big games get all the attention. Let's think about all the other sports that don't, such as tennis, golf, bowling, some of those incredible sports. Let's shine a light on those people too, but also shine a light on the band, the cheerleaders, the dance squad, those folks that help bring energy to the games and celebrate a sport for all the athletes. Let's celebrate that. Dr. Nels here, Animal Medical Center, large or small, we take care of them all.
Marmy Auto Group makes it happen. Central and Western Kansas. Check out our selection of new and pre-owned inventory. Marmy's friendly staff offers top quality service that you've gotten to know over the years. When your existing vehicle needs parts or service, our experienced team will get you back in the game this season. Marmy Chevrolet, GMC, Ford and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep Ram, parts, service, and body shop. Visit Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street or marmys.net. Marmy's, make it happen.
If you're needing a healthcare plan for your business, let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's need. Regardless if you're a large corporation or a small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated can help you provide your employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. Visit freedomclaimse.com where you can schedule a free, no obligation health assessment today. Freedom Claims Management Incorporated in Great Bend.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
Sports Day is presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Welcome back. Sports Day today brought to you in part by Freedom Claims Management. Innovative healthcare plans for your business. Let them take care of everything for you from start to finish, and continued support. They have you covered. And C&E Doors, your full-service garage door company. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison in Great Bend. I'm from the old school, Megan Bessaker. I just, the Central Plains District regions. I just say region champs. Okay, is that all right? Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
Had to be an exciting day, Sunday
at
the Kirkman Center. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your team came through. I mean,
they did.
Tell me about the match. I mean, you sweep Colby, a team that you've gone back and forth with all season long. They ended up winning their last match that they were here with you. What was the key in getting this done on Sunday?
We played great. We probably played the best game we played all year, so it's a nice time to pull that game out. But everyone did a really good job. Everyone played their role. Every single person on the court played well. Our setters did a good job of getting everyone involved. We won in every statistical category, so I think they wanted to come back and win that game too. One of our goals at the beginning of the season was to go undefeated at home, and Colby they came in and beat us, so we weren't undefeated at home. So I think it was important, we're not going to lose 2 at home, especially to the same team. So they wanted it. I think last year, going through the loss that they did at home during the region tournament, we pretty much have the same team as we did last year. You could tell there was a little bit more focus that week of practice, and yeah, you could tell they wanted it.
Were you worried about it? I mean, because that was the goal. I mean, there wasn't usually going, boy, if we can just get to the region championship, that'd be good. But no, that was winning this thing this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was the goal from the beginning. I mean, were maybe that become a burden for the team at all?
No, I wasn't really worried. Obviously, we knew Colby was a really good team, top 10 matchup. I think in my head, I would never tell them this, but in my head, I was like, if we get to the championship game, I think we're in the tournament no matter what. But then you get to the championship game and you're like, no, we're not satisfied with that. We want to win it. We want to have the automatic seed. We want to get the highest seed possible that we can at the tournament. So there was never really any doubt. Like I said, last week they were just very focused, and I think we were ready to go, and I just saw something different from them, and yeah, hopefully we can make a run next week.
All right, Phoebe, pull that mic over just a little bit closer there. What were your feelings? I mean, Sunday, when you got up and getting ready, this match is coming up. What were your feelings on Sunday going into that match?
So, I wouldn't say I was feeling pressure, but I was excited. I was feeling ready to go. In the morning session, that day, I was feeling like everybody was focused. Everybody wanted to win that game. We just wanted to win that game.
Mm-hmm. It seemed like the team got looser as the match went along. I mean, maybe from the start, and then it seemed like you guys just really loosened up and just really played some of your best volleyball of the year, I thought, anyway. Well, maybe not.
No, I feel like everybody was just on it. We were in our zone.
Okay, you're within. What's it like when you're up 2-0? You're 2 points away. What's that feeling like? Going, okay, we've got a chance. Let's close this out. What was that like?
in my mind, I remember like going into the court and I say, okay, we are this many points away from another goal. And like let's go, let's push right here and let's finish this. And like I was feeling like excited because we wanted this game to come. We wanted this rematch to come. And like, we just went for it. I don't know.
What was it like when you got match point then?
I mean, like, I was, okay, let's push one.
I like that.
One more.
So on to the next one. So that's where you're at now. So you've got this. Now you're going to the national tournament. So where do you go now? Because, I mean, heck, 31-2, let's go win this thing, right?
Yeah, I think the way we played on Sunday, I think if we play like that, we can do some really big things at the tournament. We've seen a lot of the teams as well that will be at the national tournament, so I think that helps. Of course, some of them we haven't seen. We're just really far away from. But, yeah, anything's possible. I think especially with this group, we're very spread out teams, so I think it's hard to scout us. You don't know who's going to play their best game and what night, and we have multiple people that can score at different times. And so anything's possible, and I think we're just going to – obviously, we can't prepare too much right now. We don't know who we're going to play yet. We'll find that out tomorrow. But once we do, I think everyone, same as last week, going to be super focused, one game at a time. Even last week, going into the semis, Garden was hot. Like, they'd won over Colby. They were on a win streak. They were playing the best volleyball they played all year. So we couldn't even look over that game. It's going to be the same thing at the tournament.
So how many teams have you played that qualified for nationals? Do you know right off the top of your head? Or
I want to say 4 or 5.
Wow.
And there's only 16 teams that make the volleyball tournament. So I know Indian Hills will be there. Odessa will be there. Navarre will probably get an at-large bid.
Okay.
Colby will probably get an at-large bid. Did I already say Indian Hills?
Yes.
Eastern Arizona will be there.
So there you go. That's why you put that tough schedule together early in the year, right?
Yes.
So the familiarity's there. Okay. So you win this, and then come I don't know if you have a director of volleyball operations out there. That usually it'd probably be nice when you go to the national tournament. Talk about some of the other things now away from volleyball that you have to take care of before you go to nationals.
Lots of planning. I think on everyone's part, even the admin at the college, there's the form for a form, and you fill out the same form 20 times with the same information, but just lots of planning. It would be nice, if it was in Hutch and we only had to plan to go an hour away and we know what all's going on, but it'll be a good experience. It's in Clarksville, Tennessee, so there's plenty of stuff to do there and stuff around, and Nashville's only 45 minutes away, but we're going to leave on Sunday and start making our way there, find a place to practice on Monday, banquet practice on Tuesday, games on Wednesday, and just one day at a time, and hopefully make it a good experience for everyone.
9 hours.
I wish it was 9 hours.
Really?
It's 11 and a half, but
okay.
Yeah.
I must have sped all the time when I was going down there. Phoebe, what's there was this Chiefs-Broncos game going on Sunday, and I know you probably don't even know that, but that's a huge game. That the crowd. What do you think of? That was pretty awesome. That's what you're supposed to have in a championship match, is a home court advantage, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel that?
I just love the crowd, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it just makes me happy, like, having that loud crowd around me, even if it's like from the other team. I just like love a noisy court when we're playing, and if it's from another team, like, I just love to make a kill so they will quiet.
You had plenty of them, okay?
Yeah.
You had plenty of them. So what's going on right now with all the planning, and then how the practices, and you guys are leaving Sunday then? Is that?
We are.
Okay.
So yesterday we just did some individual stuff. They get a day off today, so they're excited about that. And then,
well, thanks for coming in, Phoebe.
We'll finish practice through this week. Obviously, we're hosting the basketball tournament this weekend, so we'll work around that a little bit. They'll get to enjoy some basketball games, and that's all that's going on. We're just really anxious for tomorrow to see who we're going to play so we can start preparing a little bit more.
Okay, so we probably want to have you in studio next week, so you're going to be getting ready to play. So let's see, after that, I think, we'd have the whole team in here, and then we'll raise our championship
we'll
there.
have to. That's Thanksgiving week. There's no school. So
Oh,
we
no.
gotta-
Well,
yeah.
are they all going home for Thanksgiving? Maybe, yeah.
Not all of them, but we can bring a lot of our internationals stay during Thanksgiving, so
Okay.
we'll figure something out.
All
But
right.
yeah,
Good luck, okay?
Thank
What
you.
what's your feelings right now?
I think I'm excited. I think last year the goal was to make it to the tournament. This year, it's to do well at the tournament. It's not just to make it; it's to go there and prove ourselves. And we've been in the top 10 all season long, and just kind of show them that we belong and see if we can upset some people. And yeah, I think we're pretty calm. I think with the way we played this weekend, it gives everyone a little bit more confidence going into the tournament. We didn't just win the game; we won the game with us scoring a lot of points. We didn't rely on the other team to score a lot of points. We didn't rely on their errors. We scored a lot of points ourselves.
It's going to be a big time arena too. It's going to be it's going to be nice. You're going to have fun. All right, guys, thanks a lot. We'll see you in a couple weeks, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Megan Bessinger, Phoebe Reyes in with us on Sports Day.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Step into the spotlight with Barton Community College's theater program. Whether you dream of performing on stage or creating magic behind the scenes, Barton offers hands-on training, expert guidance, and creative performance opportunities. With top-tier facilities and a supportive community, you'll develop the skills to shine. Turn your passion into a career and start your journey to the stage at Barton. Learn more at theater.bartoncccc.edu.
Hurry! Hadley, close the door!
Okay, Papa, I've got it.
Oh, no! The safety eyes worked!
Papa, isn't that a good thing?
Yes, Hadley. It's a good thing normally, but...
Hey, you two, where's my turkey?
Papa did it.
Well, at least I still have you two turkeys.
Happy Thanksgiving from C&E Doors. Follow the orange sign south of 10th and Harrison, Great Bend.
It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back, yeah. Megan Bessinger, Phoebe Reyes in. Barton headed to the national tournament. We'll probably hook up with Megan next Tuesday via the telephone down there in Clarksville, Tennessee. Couple notes here today. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott's decided on season-ending surgery for his torn hamstring. Owner Jerry Jones says Prescott will have the surgery tomorrow in New York. Yikes. And Nebraska coach Matt Rule announced Dana Holgerson will take over as Nebraska's offensive coordinator for the rest of the season. Marcus Satterfield will remain on staff. For my son-in-law, the Nebraska Cornhusker fan who still thinks the program's relevant, will be happy. I won't have to hear him complain about the offensive coordinator for another week. Hesh, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Another great show. Hey, no show tomorrow. Talk to you